Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, it's Halloween, so this is what you get. All right, I did say Tuesday, come dressed as your favorite spreadsheet. So I mean, like, this is what I said it. I'm doing it. All right. So thank you everybody for being here. Much bigger crowd today than Tuesday. Yes, my people at home, you're missing out. You're really missing out. All right. So this is the redeeming project because of how bad last week's was. This week's will be tremendously easier. Now, I've never talked about databases in this class as of yet. I really haven't gone into that. That's actually going to be our Tuesday lecture. Chapter 11 is on databases. And I've been working with databases for many decades now, and I know that you have interacted with databases, maybe not actually entered data into them directly, but you've probably interacted with databases at least at one point or another. So today's project, here we are, Access. We're in Access now, guided project 1-2. I'm giving everybody enough time, so here we go. So first thing we do is, you know this, the start file. Thank you very much. We have two files we're downloading for this one, start file and resources. So we're going to download the start file. It's going to have our name on it. It's going to be ending in .accdb. That's the Access database file. The second file is resources. We need those because we're going to import those into our database. And you will notice that that appears as, where is it?
Keep trying to press that.
Ah! Okay, so that appears as an Excel file. We are not opening, let me repeat this, we are not opening the Excel file at all. We're going to import that into our Access database. So the only file that we're going to open is the one with our name on it. So let's go ahead and open the one with our name on it, please. It will show up as Access. And I get students that say this, Nick, nothing's there. Well, yeah, we're starting off with a blank database and we're going to have to create tables and fields and all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to do in this first project. There is nothing here. So what should I probably click?
Enable.
Enable content. Yes, if you do not click enable content, and then after you, there you go. All right, if you do not click enable content, you will not see anything. So this is the screen you should see right now with nothing. Let me know when everybody's there, please. Everybody there? Almost? No? No?
I don't know what happened with yours. I just tried to pull it.
Okay, good.
And it just turned off, yeah. I don't know.
Good, 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 almost. What happened?
Yeah, he just moved his monitor down and then the screen just shut off.
Ah, cool. I'll give you, actually, I'm sure you can catch up. This is not an entirely difficult project, I promise.
I don't know. You see, but you can't log out of that one.
This is the hardware portion of the class. You gotta be able to plug the HDMI cable into the, all right, let's get him going here before we.
I think.
People online, I'm gonna go back to the starting soon screen. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. You're all doing great. There should not be this many issues. All right.
That's weird. So sorry.
It's okay. So here. Yeah, that looks great. You can't just like turn it and turn it back on. Like turn it back on. Give it a second. Here, try to move your mouse around. There. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Wow.
Like the button over here is like broken or stuck.
Oh, that's not the button, it's underneath. Yeah, the button's underneath. I'll hold it. See if it turns on. Cool. Okay. Hate to do this to you, but you're gonna have to find another machine. Here, I'm gonna through here real quick. Yeah, because if it got disconnected in any way, shape, or form, I'm not removing that panel.
We tried.
No way, I am not pulling that panel, or am I gonna pull the panel off? Hey, guess what? I'm gonna try to pull the panel off. Don't tell anybody. I'm kidding, I can't pull that panel off. Yeah, I think it's probably the power. Yeah, the power probably got disconnected somehow. It's not turning on at all.
Yeah.
So, over. I'm sorry. Can you move one more over?
So hopefully it'll log him out eventually.
Yeah, it'll log out. Well, if it's not turning on, it's not even on.
Well, that's what I mean. He was logged in too before, yeah. Oh, you're right. It's
If it's not even turned on, then because anytime you power something off, you're gonna have to log back in. Nobody's had the blue screen of death recently? No takers? No. That's when you have to turn your computer completely off and turn it back on, and then it works magically again. All right, I'll give you a moment there. I know it takes a moment. Okay, here I'm gonna go really slow through this. I'm gonna go really slow. Here we go. Okay, so now that you've downloaded both files, again, please verify that you've downloaded both files. Usually I go check my downloads folder just to make sure that I've downloaded the two files. Here's something I want to talk about really briefly before we start. So, Microsoft Access is different from all the other applications that we're going to use in this class. So I would like you to just take a look at the screen here. So this is my downloads folder. Do you notice that I have two of the same named files there? I have my spreadsheet that I opened up, and I have a file that has a lock on it. So databases are meant to be this way, in that as far as security goes, if I'm working and editing the database, it should lock everybody else out of it so that they can't edit it while I'm trying to edit it. So when you're submitting these files for the next few weeks, you actually have to close the entire file out. Like you have to close the Access file completely out before we submit it. Whereas with Excel and Word, we didn't have to close those out to submit them. But with this, you have to completely close the database so that that lock goes away, and then you'll just see your file to submit. So I do get students asking, how come I can't submit the file, but they have it open? So at the end, we're going to close that file, and that lock is going to go away. This lock is going to go away. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. Again, do not open the members data file. We're going to import that into our database. All right, so our database currently has nothing in it. It currently has nothing in it. So let's add something to it. So let's go down here to the instructions. Bam, all right, step C, 1C. You're like, we're finally doing step 1? Yes, we're finally doing a step 1. So we're going to create a table and put some fields into it. So to create the table, we click the Create tab up here at the top of the screen, Create tab. All right, if I'm going to create a table, what button should I click? Table. The one that says table. So we're going to click this button right here, Create Table. Click this button right here, Table. And now you should see Table 1 on the left-hand side, and you should see an ID field and a Click to Add field. All right, here we go. Should be hearing a lot of clicking right now. All right, step 2A. It says double click. I had a feeling. Yes? Close this. Okay, just the table button. The one that says table. Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right, here we go. Next, first thing we're going to do to edit. So we're going to edit a field name by double-clicking the cell that has the word ID. And you notice what we're going to change it to. We're going to change it to member ID. So here's the thing with Access, everybody. No spaces in field names, ever. Ever, ever, ever. You will get error messages and all kinds of other weird dialog boxes. So notice how it says member ID in step B here. It's all one word, member ID. So here's how we're going to fix it. You're going to put your pointer on. See how my pointer turns into a down arrow? On the word ID right here, and I'm going to double click I'm gonna double click that, okay? And then what I'm gonna put in here is capital M, that's member ID. Capital M on member, ID is capitalized also. So you should have just been able to double click that and type. Now, this is one way that we can enter fields or create fields using Access. The other way that we can do this is through the design view. We will be dealing with the design view a week from today in the second project. But this is one way we can do it. We call this the data sheet view. So there's the data sheet view and the design view. Those are the two that we're primarily going to be using throughout Access. So if you make any mistakes here, you can always go into design view and fix the mistakes. I really don't want to show you that in this first project, but okay, let's move on. So hold on, everybody. So you should still, your cursor should still be flashing here in the member ID, should be flashing right here after member ID. I haven't done anything other than type it. So the instructions here say, please pay attention to this, after you press the enter key, the second field is going to come up. So watch this. If I push enter, watch what happens. Then the menu comes up under click to add. So when you push enter, see this? I hope you all see this menu. If you don't, you can click the drop down arrow. We're going to choose short text. This one right here. Please click short text. And now it will say field 1. So where it says field 1, they would like you to type in first name, like this, capital F, capital N. So there's first name. And after you're done typing that in, what key do we press? Enter. So after you type in first name, you're going to press enter. What goes after first name, everybody?
Last name.
Last name. So that's short text. So push enter after first name. Short text. So enter after you type in first name, and then click short text. And then it's going to be last name. All one word, people. All one word. Otherwise, if you put spaces in, it's going to start giving you dialog boxes. Okay, I like it. So that was steps D, E, and F. Now, everybody, here's step G. So what do you notice about this? So here are the remaining fields that we have to put in. So they're all short text except for which one? Email address is hyperlink. It is not short text. So in your instructions, you're going to put in the rest of these fields just like this. So here's what I'm going to do. So last name, here I am. I'm going to press enter. Then I'm going to click short text again. It's address, right?
Yep.
ADD. Oh yeah, and if you misspell any of these, when we import the other records, you're going to have error messages if you misspell any of this. So there's address. What do I type? What do I hit after address?
Enter.
Enter. And then I click short text. That's city. Enter. Short text. State. Enter. Short text. Zip code, that's capital ZIPC, lowercase ODE. Here's the tricky one, is the one after zip code, everybody. So I'm going to press enter. So the one after zip code is email address. You have to click down here, hyperlink. So the one after zip code is hyperlink, this one here. So first name, last name, address, city, state, zip code. So we click hyperlink, and it's email address. So email address. And then the last one, the short text. And this one is cell phone number. Now you're all sitting there going, we have some pretty long names for fields, right? So what we're going to do in this project is we are going to use captions to replace the field names so that they'll look a lot nicer. So remember, field names have no spaces, but captions can have spaces. That's the difference between the two. All right, so that's the last field that we got to put in. And then it does say Control S, save it. And then when table name comes up, notice it says table name, table 1. After you do Control S to save it, our name is going to be members. And yes, I'm going to get lazy here and just copy and paste it in. So our table name is members. And I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to take a short break. Crickets, that's good. I like crickets. Crickets, everything's good. Okay. Everything's good. I'm just stopping by. Oh, good. And then, yeah, number. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Good. Okay, Control S to save. Yep. And then we're going to call it members, just like I have right there. So yeah, just get rid of table 1 and call it members. All right. Beautiful. Let's move on. Hey, we're almost done, everybody. You're like, wait, what? Folks, we're only going to basically go up to step 8, and then we're going to skip a whole bunch of stuff, and then we're going to get to the end of the project. So, yes, we're already on which step? 3? Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so remember what I said earlier. We're allowed to put captions on these fields, and we can use spaces in those captions. We just can't use spaces in the field names. So, captions make it look nice and neat, so whoever's looking at our database understands what the fields are. So that's why we do it this way. So check it out. So you're going to click once, everybody, once on member ID. That's the first thing we're going to, well, I'm already in member ID. Are you already in member ID? I think you are. I don't think you have to click it. Okay, so check it out up here, everybody. Notice in this properties group up here, this properties group, there's name and caption. There's also field sizes. So we are going to be changing the size of some of the fields to restrict people from entering in too many characters. Yes, we're going to limit people and how much they can enter into each field. So let's click on this name and caption button up here. Right, so when you click name and caption, here are the field properties. I'm lazy, so I'm going to do this. Watch this, everybody. Copy, paste, and then put a space between member and ID, like that. I know it's driving people crazy online. I cannot zoom in, everybody online, so cannot zoom in on this. There's going to be no descriptions, by the way, none. There's going to be no descriptions when we use this for all the fields, okay? We're only going to use the captions. We're not going to use the descriptions, okay? All right, so once you've done that, click OK. Now you'll notice that the field name has a space between member and ID. Well, I suppose we should fix the other ones, right? Probably a good idea. All right, so that was A, B, C, and D. One of these days I'll be able to click these. All right, so check it out, everybody. So this next one for first name, so you're going to click once, only once. Just once. Just once. Now you'll notice that the field size is 255 characters up here. We are going to change that field size to 20.
You might be in the room or you might not be in the room.
So we're going to change the field size to 20 on that. And then we're going to click name and caption up here, because what are we going to do with the name and caption thing? We're going to put a what between first and name? Space. A space. So again, I do Control C, Control V. And I put a space between first and name. Okay. When we're done with that, we click
Okay.
OK. Then we'll go on to the next one. Last name. Last name, now we're down here. Check it out. Last name, the size is going to be 25. So I'm going to change that to 25. And then my name and caption is going to be last space name. Like that. And then I'm going to click OK again. Good news, everybody. Address, city, and state do not require captions. You just have to change the field sizes on those. So I'm going to click OK here. Okay. Moving on to address. So it says what field size for address? 45. So you're going to change the 255 here to 45 for address. No naming caption on address because address is one word. Then we're going to click on city. City, field size is 25. And again, we're doing this, we're restricting this, we're restricting users to a certain number of characters so that they don't type in something like massively long. So 25 on city, state should be 2, right? Right? I get to tell that database story on Tuesday when we're going over chapter 11. Actually, I'm glad you're all seeing this first before the lecture because hopefully you'll understand a lot of the stuff I'm talking about next week. All right, now you notice zip code here. The caption is going to be zip, and the size is 5. So let me click on zip code. I'm going to change 255 to 5. And I'm going to change the naming. You notice I do the field size first before the caption. It seems like it's easier that way. And then here, I'm just going to type in zip, capital Z-I-P. Then I'm going to click OK. I know this is a lot of setup, but this is, hey, when we're creating tables, this is what we do. We got to set it up. So here's email address. This one's just going to be email. You're going to notice that there's no field size because it's a hyperlink. That's why there's no field size for this one. So it's just going to be email as the caption. So all you're going to do is click on name and caption up here. And it's just going to be email. I'm just going to type that in. It's 5 characters. All right? So the NA just refers to the fact that it's a hyperlink and it has no maximum or minimum character values. So click OK. We got one more, right? Last one. So this is cell space phone for anybody that's looking at this, and the size is 12 for the phone number, 12. Oh yeah, and if you type too low of a number when you're trying to enter all this stuff in later, it's going to give you all kinds of weird messages too. You're going to be like, what happened? And of course, we're going to have to go through every single one and make sure that everything's okay. That's why I'm going as slow as I can right here. All right, so the naming caption on this one is simply cell space phone. That is if I can space correctly today. Okay. And that's cell phone. Okay. Hey, why don't you save it again, everybody? Control S saves it. Save your file. Now's a good time. Okay, hey, look, they actually tell you to do it. Go figure. Okay, that was step K. All right, we're almost halfway done. All right, who loves typing? No? No? Guess what we get to do, everybody? We now get to enter all of this. So do me a big favor, everybody, before we start doing this, let's make some of these fields like bigger so we can see everything, like address, for example. Check it out. This works just like Excel. You can put your pointer between 2 fields like this. See how my pointer turns into a 2-directional arrow when I'm between address and city? You can drag, using your left mouse button, make it wider, please. When you're doing these, when you're working with this, please make some of this stuff wider, like email. Email can be wider. No, I don't want that. Don't worry if that happens, just don't click anything. I'm just going to make some stuff a little bit wider so I can actually see it all. You can make it as wide as you want. Just make sure that you can see everything. That's the goal. All right, after you've adjusted the columns, or the fields, I'm going to click once right here under first name. So now I'm going to start entering data in. So the first name is Geneva. So after you put in the first name, if you hit the tab key on your keyboard, it goes to the next field, like this. And it goes to last name. Last name is Lingle. Yeah, that email address isn't going to be complicated. Then I'm going to hit tab again. So check it out, everybody. This is tab. This is shift tab. Shift tab makes you go backwards. Tab, shift tab, tab, shift tab, tab. Okay. I would like you to copy and paste the address in. People mess this up all the time. So the address is right here in step E, 1850 Stone Ridge Court. You can simply copy it, click in here, Control V to paste it. And it pastes it in just fine. And then tab to city. If you feel like not typing any of this, you can copy and paste to your heart's content. Cameron Park is the city, I just copied and pasted that in. State is CA. Zip is 95682. Oh, just wait until we do the 9-digit zip codes. That's coming. Not today, but that's coming soon. Email, please copy and paste this, because I know people misspelled this. Look at how many G's and L's are in this thing. Really? G-lingual at Gmail? Seriously? Who does that to people? Okay, all right. That's just mean. Okay. You notice when you put your email in, it should have a link. It shouldn't have a link under it like that. And then cell phone, I'm just gonna copy and paste this in because, well, why type it, right? Why try to get it wrong? I don't want to call the number. What was that? You just had a button up there to call the number. No, let's not. All right. So there is our first record for Geneva Lingual. Now, notice what it says after the phone number. It says tab to the next field. So once you're here, tab. Notice how it puts you into member ID. If you tab again, it puts you into first name. So hit the tab key 2 times to get to first name. And then guess what we get to do, everybody? We had to put these 3 records in right here. So that means we're gonna have a total of how many records? 4. So at the end of this, you should have 4 records. Now, people have asked me, well, Nick, what if my member IDs are different numbers than yours? Don't freak out about that. I've had students have, by accident, have the number 2 for the first one, 3 for the first one. It does not matter. It does not matter for the IDs. You're not gonna get it wrong. All right, I'm gonna go through this pretty fast, everybody. I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get to this. Oh, again, please copy the addresses. And please copy the email addresses and phone numbers too. So addresses, email addresses, and phone number, please copy. So I'm now going through this step here for these 3 records. If you are still, remember, you gotta hit tab 2 times when you're done to get to the next.
My bad, so sorry.
Are you okay? Sorry,
Yeah, I just accidentally deleted a whole row.
Oh, that's fine. You can always put it back in. Remember what I said about the IDs? If you have a different ID, it's okay. Just make sure that you get it to look like this, the rest of the fields.
Okay.
I'll be right there. I sort of want to finish this so I can go over there and help you. Because you gotta put them in. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna complete this so everyone sees what it looks like at the end. Yeah, it's all good if you accidentally delete stuff. That's the beauty of databases. You can always put it back in. Although there are some parts of databases that are definitely not forgiving, like if you accidentally save the database after you delete everything, that's probably not a good, it's probably not a good thing. I know the instructions say I don't have to type in the CA, but I'm doing it anyway, it's faster. Oh, by the way, we used to have to type in 15 of these records, just to let you know. And when they got it down to like 4, I was the happiest person alive. Right. That's where I'm at. Now I can walk around. Okay. Okay, you got the copy. Yep, that's good. Yep. Very good. Okay, yep. I have the zip up there. It's 95682. And then we're yep, type it in 95682. 682. And then we've got to fix your email field because you did short text and not, and you gotta get rid of that space before the G. There's a space before the G. So backspace. There you go. Okay, good. All right, come back to city here. That's the next one. Yep. Let's go back to keep.
So when I'm talking for
What city? You're pasting the zip code. Okay, yeah, you got that. Okay. Don't forget your city. Don't forget your city and your state. I got them all up there if you need them. Now I'm just gonna be nosy for a moment. I know. Try not to make this too rough on you. I'm gonna save this. It doesn't tell you to save it, but I'm saving it. Saving it. I do like the copy and paste feature. That is definitely one of my favorite things that we can do. We really are almost finished. Okay. I'm thinking we'll easily be done by 11. This really is about a 30-minute project, I mean, or less. I can probably do it in 15 or 10, but Can you imagine me as a 105 student? You would not like having me in class. I'd be like, I take it every 10 years, so, I mean, one person's like, you really should be teaching the class, Mr. Rouse. I'm like, that's great, hook me up. I'd love to teach CIS105. And of course, the next semester, poof, it happened. The next semester, I've been doing it for 20 years. Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, get up here and you teach the class how to do this. Okay. I had that first 105 teacher told me to do that. And he's like, okay, go back to your seat. I'm like, sorry that I upstaged you, mister. I forget his name. I forget his name. I forgot all their names. All right, keep going. You're almost done. All right. We're doing good. Yeah, now's a good time for. Yeah. Now's a good time to just take a load off. Go for a walk. Really closed the door. Man, I must have really upset him today. Sometimes he gets like that. I've never had to shut my door. I've never had to shut my door. I can compete. Of course, I've had other people come by and shut my doors, but that's okay. This is the last year he's got to put up with that. All right, we almost there? Somebody back there? We almost there? Getting there?
Doesn't matter if it's red.
I don't know, that just means you clicked on it. I actually clicked on a link too. If it changes the color.
Yeah, that's just because you're yeah, it's just because where you click, yeah. Don't worry about that. Okay, I mean, as long as you've got it looking somewhat like this, that's great. Access is very forgiving. You're gonna find out that it's way more forgiving than Excel. So as long as you've just got the correct data in the cells, everything's fine. All right, everybody else. Let's go ahead and do step 5, everybody. All right, here we go. Well, that's right. I probably should wait for one person to get back, but well, hey, it's the flow of the class, right? I'll wait for him. Where's my music? I'm kidding. Where's my music during this time? You gotta have the whole music. I should have like a screen that says, "Oops, we'll be right back." Whoops. Whoops.
Piece of paper you hold up.
Like the old school screens you would see on TV, like beep. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, so all we're doing in the next step for step number 5 is we're gonna set the field width to 7 characters, and that's what that number is in step B. We're gonna do that. We're gonna center align the zip column. And that's what we're gonna do in steps A through F. Right. Let's go ahead and do it. I can't wait any longer. All right, here we go. So we're gonna click on the zip column right here. Just click once on the zip column. Okay. Next, it says right-click to open the context menu. So just right-click the word zip. So let's right-click the word zip. Okay. And we're gonna come down here to field width. So let's click on field width. And we're gonna type number 7. Right now it's 11.75. So please understand that these numbers are number of characters wide. Okay, so 7, if we type in 7, we click OK. Notice it got shorter, or it got thinner. So we're gonna right click on that zip field. We're gonna choose field width. Yep, type the number 7 in, or change that to 7, and click OK. I always like best fit. Oh, by the way, just for the record, this works like Excel. Remember how if we double click between the columns, it auto 7, yes, and then OK. I just want to show you all this really quick, okay? Check it out. This is just like Excel. If you put your pointer between two columns like this, and you double click it like this, it auto fits it. Yeah, it's just like Excel. So, in some ways, it's exactly like Excel. In other ways, it's not. But anyway, let's continue. So we also have to, that was steps A, B, C, D, E. Now we're gonna do step F, everybody. Home tab. Home tab, home tab, home tab. Home tab. We're still on the zip field. And we're gonna click the center button, which is over here in the text formatting group, center. You've seen this button before. So click that. So home tab, center button. We're centering the zip codes. All right. So home tab, center. Sorry, we moved on. You're probably already done. You're probably already done. Okay. Moving on. Next, we're going to adjust the state column. So, hold on, everybody. So they want us to do what I just showed you a moment ago, and we're going to auto-fit the state column. So to do that, everybody, all we're gonna do is this. We're gonna actually click once on the word state first, like this. Then we're going to double click between the state and the zip columns. Notice how my pointer again is turned into a 2-directional arrow. We're just gonna double click right here. So we're gonna double click right here between state and zip. Make sure that state is highlighted though. All right, so state highlighted. Guess what we're gonna do to it? We're gonna center it also. So up here, everybody, up here, please click the center align button once again for state, and it will center all the states. Okay. I have a short story for you, everybody. I know you love my short stories, but here it goes. We're actually almost finished with this, so there is one person I need to adjust something on before we import the rest of the data. But anyway, in the macros project, yes, the macros project, the one we just did, until very recently, you actually had to create a macro that would do alternate row colors on all the different rows in the Excel spreadsheet using a macro. Now, students would get mad because they'd come to this project and they'd say, there's one button that does this in Access? You just click a button and it does alternate row colors? Yes. So the color we're going to choose, everybody? Yeah, so all we did was we made the zip column width of 7, and we centered it, and we centered state. That's all we did. All right, so here we go, everybody. Alternate row color button is right. We're going to choose blue-gray text to lighter 80%. So here's the one we're going to click. The button is right here to the right of the center button. See how it says alternate row color? Go ahead and click that drop-down arrow. I forgot which one I said already. Which one is it? Blue-gray text to?
Gray text to lighter 80%.
Ah, there it is. There it is for everybody. Blue-gray text to. It's the 4th color in the 2nd row. 4th color, 2nd row. Blue-gray text to lighter 80%. 4th one, 2nd row. Click it. Click it. You'll notice that your sheet gets a little darker on the alternate rows. All right, save it. Control S, save. And then I have good news for you. We are now going to, check this out. I need to show you how to close this because people mistakenly close the whole thing. I don't want you to close the whole thing. I only want you to close the members table. So to do that, yes, that one. Nope, you were there. Yes, that one. Very good. Okay, save it. All right, next we're going to close the members table. So here's how you're going to do this. Watch, everybody. We're clicking this X right here next to the word members. Click this X right here. Click it. Close it. And now you'll see that it closes and we have our members table over on the left-hand side of the screen. Now, before we proceed, do me a big favor. Can you right-click members? I'm going to have you fix something really quick here. Nope, that's double-click. Close that. Right-click it. Okay. I go to design view. I gotta have you fix that. So the email address, click the short text over here next to, yeah. No, that, yeah. Click the down arrow. Change that to hyperlink. Beautiful. Okay. Go ahead and save it again. Control S. Okay, and then go ahead and close it again. Okay, cool. All right. Got a little taste of design view there. Okay, all right, so here we go. I said you can always correct things in design view. Step 6, we are now going to import. So here's the rub, everybody. If you misspelled anything, and I mean one letter, it's not going to import the records. It's going to give you an error message. There's always one. So we're going to see who it is today. Watch, it's me. Oh, I did laugh really hard. All right, so you have to have the table closed to import the data. So to import the data, we're going to go to the External Data tab up here at the top of the screen. And that file was an Excel file, right? So we're going to have to click on From File and then Excel. Wait, From File. No, New Data Source. That's right, right over here. Okay, first button here, New Data Source. Click that. From File, Excel. So click Excel. I haven't asked this side of the room. You doing okay? Okay, just checking, just making sure. All right, question for you. Do we save anything in the Documents folder? That's the wrong folder, isn't it? So we should probably change the folder. So let's change the folder. So we're going to click this button here, click Browse. Okay, Downloads folder is over here. And it's this file right here that you downloaded this morning, Members Data File 01. So just double click it. Now it will say downloads. Now hold on, we're not done with this yet. We are going to append whatever's in there. So we're going to click the append button. And you notice that we only have one table. So that drop down arrow, if you click it, there's nothing else other than members there. Okay. Oh, you're on export. How did you do that? Close it. Okay. New data source. From file. Excel. There we go. Now you can click Browse. Now Downloads. Double click your file. Okay, and then we're going to do Append. Okay, so here's the moment of truth, everybody. If you misspelled anything, you're going to get an error. I'm going to click OK now.
So that means you can download the second file.
Okay, hopefully you see this. We're going to expedite this, and we are just going to click Finish.
I can't see. Yeah, double clicking and then.
Yes, mine worked. All right, now I got to check. Just click Finish, down bottom right.
Nope.
That's good. That's good. Oh. Address does not exist. So click OK. Click OK again. Click Cancel. All right. Right-click members. Do Design View.
Don't finish.
Ah, yeah. Address is misspelled. You wanna. Yeah. Look at you. Look at you all. You can click Close if you got that screen. That means you did it right. Click Close. That means you did it right. Yes, good work. We're nearly finished. I told you 11 o'clock. We're getting there.
Did you say enter?
Nope, you're good right there. Just save it. Control S, save. Okay, now close. Yep, now external data. New data source from file Excel, yep. Yep, go find it. Yeah, either one is fine. Yeah, that's fine. And append. And okay. And finish. Yay! Okay, we are all there now. All right. So we're back here, everybody. So I have some good news. So that was all of step 6. See all these steps? That was all of step 6. No, you don't have to do step 7. Although, technically, oh, we're hiding the state field. That's right. So you do have to do step 7. So to open the member sheet, all you do is just double click the table. Just double click the table over here. Just double click the table. You should have 14 records. I'm praying that you all have 14 records. Okay, so we're gonna hide the state field. So here's how we're gonna do it. That's the next step. We're gonna right click the word state right here. Right click it. And we're going to hide fields. And it goes bye-bye. We didn't need the state, right? It was the same state. I'm kidding, we probably did, all right. All right, good work, everybody. That was step 7. That was step 8. Control S to save the table again. Well, what did I say after step 8? What did I say we were gonna do after step 8? We're done with step 8. Here's the good news, everybody. Right click state. Hide. Hide fields. Trail. Okay. All right. Here's the good news, everybody. Here's where we fast forward. Step 9 has you do a whole bunch of sorting, but at the end, it says you're removing the sort. So there's no reason for us to do step 9. Step 10, it has you do filter by selection, but then at the end it says clear the filter. So we don't have to do step 10. Step 11, filter the data sheet using a text filter. At the end it says clear filter from email to remove the filter. So we don't have to do that step either. Then check this out. You don't have to close and reopen the table because the table's already open. So step 12, you don't have to do step 12. We're on 13A, you already see this. That's already here. And then they want you to close the table again. So we're gonna close the table right here. Just close the table. You're like, that was hysterical. This is the last step, check it out. This is it. This is the final step. And we're finished. I told you we'd be done by 11. You were like, that was in jeopardy until we just skipped all those steps. I know, right? I told you this was an awesome project. Okay, so we're gonna put in information. We've done this before on Word documents. So let's go ahead and click the File tab up here. File tab. And then we're going to click on Info. We've done this before. And you're going to get this. Now you're sitting there looking at this going, where are all the properties? Well, we should probably click on the link here that says View and Edit Database Properties. Let's click on that. And then this comes up. And now it's copy and paste time. Copy and paste time, everybody. So the title is American River Members. Copy. Paste. Author is Taylor's name there. Copy. I'm going to get rid of student name, paste. Now there is an assignment where I actually put in like the words your name, and that actually does work. I haven't tried it on that one, I don't want to mess that up. And then the company is ARCC. Then you can click OK, you can click Save, you can close the entire file, because you have to close the entire file before you submit it. And then go submit it. You're finished. We're finished, we're done, it's over. People online are like, where's it going? I'm just snooping around. When you're done, save it, and then just close the entire database. You're done, you're finished. But yes, you must close the entire database. If you're prompted to save it, yes, save it. I'm hoping people got 100%. or something close to it. I know it's gonna take a little while when you submit it. It's a database. It takes a little while. Knew we'd be done before 11. Tell me we can't do this in a half hour. But hey, now you know what we're gonna do next time. We're essentially gonna create another table next time, but we're gonna do it in design view instead of datasheet view. Yes, nope, you're gonna highlight it again. Control C to copy. Do not do the right clicking stuff anymore. Control C is in cat. There you go. Now go back to, yep, and then Control V is in Victor.
It's taking a while, that's crazy.
There you go. And then author and company. Is it still going?
Still going.
Yeah, it's gonna take a few moments. It's a database. That stuff happens. See, now if it were me designing this stuff, I would just like have you all export it as, you still have it open, you have to have it closed before you submit it. Like you have to have the whole thing closed. You have to, yeah, there you go. Now you can submit it. There you go. Huh? And then it's gonna take a moment. Did anybody get it to go yet? No. So we're just gonna sit here. Hey, we got 2 minutes. We got a shot at it. No pressure. I'm just gonna go ahead and click OK, save this, and well, actually it's already saved. You notice I can't click save? So I'm just gonna close it. All right, I'm gonna submit it with all of you. Did you open the door again? That's good. I thought he was mad at me.
Was he kicking someone out earlier?
I don't know what that was.
I felt like he asked, like, do you want to be in this classroom or not? I don't know.
I don't think I've ever had to do that. Now, of course, during the cheating scandal that I had where people were using each other's SIMnet files, and I had to escort them all out of the room and hand them the pieces of paper with the proof, I just sat there and smiled at them all on that.
There was a cheating scandal?
So, in my class, yeah. That's why I tell you all at the start of the class that I can see all this. So, people were using each other's files.
Did they try to fight it?
Nope, not after I gave them tangible proof.
Yeah.
I said, I can kick you out of the class. Oh, I told you, you have to close the Access database first. So come down here and close this.
Because there was just the case of like a kid got like expelled from his high school where he won't graduate because he used AI to write a paper.
Our grades.
Well, that's a little different. I know how to make that work as a
We
student.
were Excel sheet, that's what it is.
Downloads? Well, yeah, because who doesn't use it these days? I mean, but here, don't click. But what I do is I actually cite the authors. I do all the author citing from the AI. So I've had AI help me write classes. And so, but I still have to have the actual like sources of where it comes from, otherwise, this really is taking a while, isn't it?
I help it with, it helps me with outlines, it doesn't write.
I've had it write like full Canvas modules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it, because we got the pro version, so so the faculty do, so I can write a whole Canvas module and I can even have it export to a file that I can import into Canvas.
I didn't know that.
That's legit. I like that. I was like, when my colleagues were like, no, man, you can create modules just by, I'm like, I don't have to do anything. I just have to tell it what I want. Like, that's fantastic. I know my students are gonna notice the difference. Yes, it's still going. Oh, yes.
What do you have on your shirt, Mr.?
I told you dress up as your favorite spreadsheet today. Said on the side you can show up dressed as your favorite spreadsheet on Tuesday. You gotta check the video. I wanted to be consistent. I know it's taking a while. Hey, people at home, I'm just gonna tell you, you gotta wait for it. I know I got it all right. I'm not worried. I'm gonna stop the video. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on Tuesday for databases.